of webinars under Dekho Apna Desh. We have been, covering different tourist spots. Few are unknown destinations, as well as some of the prominent also. This is very interesting. Today's webinar is very interesting. There is a army camp in Delta 105, which is really very exciting spot. Major Dinesh Sharma ji will be giving presentation, and he is a very well-known person. And this spot is in Manesar, which is around 30 kilometer, 20 kilometer from Gurgaon, not very far. So all the participants are requested to unmute. Uh, all the participants are requested to mute themselves. I would request Major Dinesh Sharma ji to start his presentation, and participants can ask any question answer at a later part of presentation. Thank you. Major sir, I think you can start the presentation.
Okay, great. So,
Lieutenant Colonel Naresh, please mute yourself, sir. Colonel Naresh ji, mute yourself, please.
okay, guys,
Please
request
mute
everybody
yourself.
to, mute your audio, please. It will help us to stay focused for whatever time we are talking. So, good morning, everybody. It's a nice pleasure Tuesday morning. And I thank you, Anil, Mr. Rao, and the Minister of Tourism they've given this opportunity to me to present my new venture to all of you. So before I start, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Major Dinesh Sharma. I have served in the Indian Army for about 6.5 years. So I was a short service commission officer, commissioned in 1997, and I left Army in 2004. I was part of the infantry arm. You know, all those who are. I know, Sir, Captain Sudesh is from the Army. Anybody else who is from the Army? Maybe you can just write yes in the chat box. Or anybody, any Fauji's, kid or family, immediate wife, anybody, please write yes in the chat box. We'll be happy to connect with you after this presentation. Great, great. I can see a lot of yes. Thank you. This is one large family we all are proud of. Okay, in between, I keep admitting people as when they keep coming in. So I was commissioned into the Rajputana Rifles Regiment. I'm sure all those who have crossed the Delhi Kent would have seen the Rajarif Center. It's right on the main road. That's our regimental center, and that's what my regiment was. And every regiment has a few battalions. So I was part of the 6th Rajarif, that is 6th Battalion, the Rajputana Rifles. Now, I got commissioned 97, got posted to Kashmir in 99. We went straight away to the Uri sector. All those who've seen Uri movie that was released about last year has apparently been shot there. So, and that's when the Kargil war broke out. While we were not involved directly into the conflict in Kargil, but there was a lot of pressure in the Uri sector, and that's where I see a lot of action. I was there for almost 4 years in the field area. Normally, a field area in the army is about 3 years. So I was there for 4 years because of this extended tenure after the Parliament Act. 2004, I quit the army, came out, and served in the various corporates. That's when I started my own venture in 2010, not Delta 105. Captain Sudesh was asking, what is APCA? APCA APCA is the largest pastry and culinary school, professional schools in Asia. Okay, we own 7 centers across Asia. That's when we started this. We are 3 childhood friends. We know each other for last 40 years now, 40 years plus. And it was a dream of one of my friend come partner now. And we all started this. But having served in the army, what always amazed me was how come an army man, irrespective which arm or services he or she is from, there's a complete personality change that happens. Okay, right from how they look at things, how they handle things, this sense of maturity. And I saw myself. Okay, I was born, brought up, studied in Delhi, so I had a very Delhi wala outlook. And I hope you guys know what that Delhi wala outlook means. Is I was actually very casual. And that 9 months of training in the army, in the OTA, and then about 6.5 years in the service in the army, that changed my personality completely. I was much more mature, responsible. I had so much to look forward to while in the army. And I always constantly used to wonder what trained these guys so much, as in all army men. They don't think twice before taking somebody's life. Okay, that's not easy, correct? Or giving their own life. Now that's how we call it supreme sacrifice in the armed forces, and the entire country is indebted towards them. Now, what happens is in this training of 9 months that everybody changes so much. I strongly feel like how the Israel has and many other countries has the minimum service for the civilians. I feel we should have something similar, and I think government has prescribed this year the minimum 3-year service. I think that will do a lot of good to the country and also the people at large. But obviously that's going to take some time. But what has been raging in my head was, is there a way that I can bring this army way of life, okay, to the civilians? Maybe they'll learn something. I mean, it's not possible to really take the civilians to the army cantonment. Obviously, that's not be allowed. But is it some way that we can bring those values to the civil area? And that's when this idea of opening an area which somehow relates to an army cantonment open up. And that's when I discussed with 2 of my partners, and they were actually thrilled. We spoke to some of our close friends, and everybody was very happy. They wanted to really see the army life. Okay, army life, by the way, a lot of civilians think it is only that AK-47 in hand and you go around shooting the militants. Actually, it's not so. It's much different than that. So when I spoke to my friends, colleagues, and everybody was quite excited to see this happening. And that's when we started to look out for space. There's nothing of this sort exists in the country. So there was no way I could have, taken the thoughts from somewhere or copied it directly. It has to be completely on my own. And that's when we started the working. And that's where Delta 105 came in. Now, I'm sure many of you would say, why Delta 105? Okay. All those from the army or connected to the army would know, army has 4 fighting companies, as in the infantry, which is known as Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. So Delta was my first company, as in I got commissioned to 6 Radrif, and Delta was my first company. So I named it as Delta. And 105 is the pin code of that area where this place is. So that's why we call it, the pin code is 1001105. Oh, sorry, 122105. Pardon me, please. And then we call it Delta 105. The area is just ahead of Manesar. From Gurgaon, it should take about 30 odd minutes to reach there. From the main highway, it's just about 4 kilometers inside. For the sake of reference, people who are familiar with the Best Western Resort. It's closer to Manesar. We are just right there, just about half a kilometer from there. So that's when we started. Now, what does I'll share my screen with you guys, and I got some interesting pictures from the camp. We've been operating almost for I know I should not call it 1 year, because after that 1 year, 6 months has been taken away by this COVID. So we started in November sometime last year, and by February end we had to close it down because of this. But we got some fantastic review from all the guests who visited us. We conducted a lot of the corporates who visited us, a lot of family events. In fact, IATA, the Indian Association of Tour Operators, did their annual function at my place. So I'll share some pictures with you, and I'll also explain about it. If there's any question that you guys have, I'll be happy to answer it at the end. So, okay, so so this is called as Army Delta 105. We call it Army Experience. This is a day picnic, okay? So day picnic, largely, you come in the morning, go back in the evening, spend time with the, to see the place, indulge into the experience, talk to ex-servicemen. We almost have like 10 ex-servicemen anytime in the campus who would have amazing stories to narrate about the experience in the army. So, so this is how the entry is, okay, and this is how the groups are welcomed, okay, and please don't surprise these guys who did the demonstration. They are not army guys; they're civilian guys. We've hired a lot of civilian guys from around area, and we have trained them to become or behave like Fauji's. Okay, another clip is. Please switch on your audio. Okay, so I put some pictures for you to just to set the tone for our discussion. Now, the question is, what is Delta 105? Okay, what does it really mean? So Delta 105 is a replica of an army cantonment. Okay, I can't take you to an army cantonment, but probably I have got you with the replica of an army cantonment to you guys. Okay, you spend the whole day there, come in the morning by 9 o'clock, be there till evening 5 o'clock, and indulge into a lot of activities, speak to a lot of these Jawans. And if you want to stay back, we have some nice camping area where you can stay back and go back the next day. Okay, you want to leave the same day, you can leave the same day. There is ample food throughout, served throughout the campus, and this will be a memorable trip now. This area, okay, is 26 acres of lush green area. Okay, we have carpet grass across 26 acres. Okay, out of this 26 acres, 6 acres is parking, and 20 acres is the camp. Like I said, the location is slightly ahead of Manesar. Okay. Now, what is it? What is it for everybody? So your question would be, if I reach Delta 105, what do I do there? Okay. So there's something for everybody. Okay. So I'll take you through some of these activities. So what are the Fauji activities? Now, you would have seen these Faujis, you must be wondering, what do these Faujis do in their camp? Okay, what do they do the whole day? Can you do some of these things? Oh, obviously, army will not allow you. Okay, but I will take you to that place and probably let you indulge some of these activities. It cannot be exactly the same, obviously, but they'll be similar. Okay, maybe 60%, 70% similar to what the army guys do. Okay, so, and I have been able to paste pictures only about 4 or 5 activities, but there are much more. Okay, if I start pasting all the pictures, I talk about all the activities, it'll take me an hour. Okay, which obviously we don't have. Grenade throwing. Okay, I would ask. Let me take a guess from each one of you. How many do you think? What is the weight of a hand grenade that is used by the armed forces? Any guess? You would have seen the hand grenade. You would have seen Sunny Deol taking out the pin and lobbing the hand grenade, and it destroys the entire city. Okay, or maybe Salman Khan or the local action hero. So, any guesses how much weight would a hand grenade have? No?
1 gram, sir.
You can write on the chat box. I think it will be easier. Everybody can see. Okay, I heard somebody said grams, I don't know, I couldn't hear that. Okay, so a hand grenade weighs about 750 grams. Okay, that's just about 250 grams less than a kg. Okay, now it is not easy to send it, to throw it. It takes a lot of effort. How far can you really throw it? Okay, we will let you experience that. And it's not that easy. Okay, Ustad will first give you a ragdo. Not the ragda patti that you guys eat. Okay, it's a ragda. It's a physical ragda. He'll make you do push-up. He'll do a run, and he'll do all sort of things for about 10 minutes, and then let you throw it. Why? So that your hand don't get stretched and you don't get injured. Okay. The maximum that you can throw a hand grenade is, any guesses again? 100 meters, 200 meters, 50 meters. Any guesses? No. Okay, you can, maximum that you can throw is about 30 meters, not more than that. Okay. So what you see in the movies, please take that with a pinch of salt. Okay, so you try this hand grenade throwing. Similarly, the crawl trench. Okay, you see the barbed wire on top? Okay, now these barbed wires in a real battle scenario is replaced by the hail of bullets. Okay, so if you take your head up and hit by a bullet, here we make it easier. We give you a helmet and you wear it and you cross this. It's about 15 feet of rasta. You cross it. It's quite interesting. There are multiple lanes, so you can actually compete between yourself. Okay. Firing on figure-relevant targets. We use the paintball guns. And the figure-relevant target, all the Faujis will know what figure-relevant target is, like a human being. Okay, so you target, we give you a few rounds that you need to practice on. Paintball, it's quite active. We have about 1 acre of place dedicated only for paintball. It is dug out about 6 feet in the ground, and then you play. It's quite rugged and quite interesting. So it's quite a exhilarating experience. You obviously can't hold a AK-47. But maybe firing even a paintball gun also gives you that adrenaline rush. Now, just give me a second, please. Okay. Now, what else do you learn from the forces? Okay, and beyond this, what I just said about the activity, there are many more. Okay, I can probably, like a Pittu race. All those who've been to the army would know, would have done the race back, 40 kgs. Pittu and all that. So those are additionally there, and there are many other activities. Okay. Okay. Next, I've subgrouped them, and what do you learn from the forces? Okay. Is this the need of the hour in our country? We call it Sardham Sthal. Okay. In the army, I as an officer, I'm a Brahmin, but if I get posted to a Sikh battalion, my religion no more stays Brahmin. Okay, I need to learn Gurbani. I need to speak Punjabi. I need to know the tradition of my Punjabi troop. Or if a South Indian gets posted to maybe a Rajput, he needs to know Hindi. He needs to learn the customs of the Rajput battalion. Okay, that's where in any cantonment that you go, you will find all the major dharms next to each other. Okay, that's what we try to showcase here. Uniforms excite everyone. Okay, people see themselves in uniform. So we have created a place where you can see the uniforms. Okay, and we have a write up on them. You'll see the medals, you'll see the cap. There's a booth there, and people get quite interesting. For example, all those civilian friends, you would have heard about NSG. Okay, now NSG, you would think probably it is some other force, but for information, the Black Cat Commandos that you see in the aircraft as air marshals or in the Taj attack, they are drawn from the army. They come on 3-year tenure and go back. Okay, and they're like super fit. So they're also part of the army. So a lot of people actually say, "Oh wow, we didn't know this." You probably would have always wanted to see how does a border look like. We have a 300 feet of border. It is a for the army folks, it's called as DCB, ditch cum bund. We created a ditch cum bund. We actually created a ditch. We created a bund, and we created the bunker. Okay, the guy who is holding the equipment, he's an army guy. He was from my battalion, 6th Rajref. He was a training JCO. So he explained about all the army activities there. We in fact do an activity also where we let the enemy come in front of us. One of our girls does that, and we let people identify the importance of camouflage. You would see this bunker has these army net on top of it. Okay, so the camouflage plays an important role. So we let the people go through that activity also. We got some artillery guns fabricated through local this thing. We have been requesting army to give us some tanks, but still now we have not been successful. But they come across as a good photo opportunity. And there are many more. Okay. Now, how do we guys really live? Okay. So this is some of these people who came down, and so you see this Jawan, he's a JCO. He briefs everyone who comes to the camp. So an army life is incomplete without briefing, and briefing plays a very, very important role. So we explain on the map. It's a 3D map about what area, where is the food area, where the washroom, which area you should visit first, and what are your privileges that you can see here, and since privileges don't come without responsibilities, what are your responsibilities? Okay, treat the how do you identify the forces and civilians? Don't walk on the pathway. Don't pluck the flowers. Don't spoil the area and all that stuff. Okay. Now, how many of you know? You would have seen the Fauji flag, the army, the Indian flag. But how many of you know Indian flag? What do you do when the Indian flag becomes old? It is dirty. It is it is torn apart. What do you do with it? You would have seen a lot of buildings which sadly, or the vehicles, people put it up with a lot of love for their country, but because it becomes bad, they don't know what to do with it. So any idea anybody has what to do with the old flags? Anybody? I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get an answer to this, but we explain to everybody, we take a session on what do you do with the army flag. There are a lot of interesting things that we talk about the army, the Indian flag. Then, so I'll keep admitting guys who keep coming in. Okay. Okay. Now these are, you see these equipments on your screen. Now these are the original army equipments. Okay, we got them from various army units, and we displayed them. You will see the actual army, the ammunition boxes. You would see the sight. Okay, you would have seen the the AK-47, and similarly there are other weapons. You need to have sight. How do you really aim at? So these sights are there. You have binoculars, you have compass, which has been drawn, which is taken from the army. These are scrap, but they are original, and some of them actually really working also. No army place is complete without, this sacred place. So we do have this place, and people do spend some time there. Now, then there's some fun activities. Okay, in the army, all the army guys, a nostalgic thing, we call it Pagal Gymkhana. It is a way to because we all get posted to very remote, godforsaken places. So we indulge into our own sort of entertainment, and we call it Pagal Gymkhana. This is a term used across the Indian Army. It doesn't matter which armed services that you belong to. Okay. So things like, sack race, lemon race, spoon race, tug of war. Okay, this is quite a team building activities. Dance floor. We have a dance floor where you can indulge yourself. We have a 3 acres of sports area. You have a football ground. It's a 6-a-side football. You have 6 pitches of cricket. Then there are 2 grounds of volleyball. Plus there's a lot of lush green. I mean, one can indulge into whatever game they want. Now, no place is complete without food. Correct? So we keep serving the regimental food. Okay, so you don't expect a troop from Madras regiment be liking the bajri roti and sarson ka saag, okay, and vice versa. So we serve some nice regimental food. We have this is how the food is served. We have nice benches made of wood, and it's like a mess. We call it a army mess. Okay. The food is prepared in-house. We have a 2,500 square feet of kitchen area. We have an in-house kitchen team, and they prepare the food. We also do special arrangements. All those who were part of the ITA would realize we did a nice arrangement of of their annual function. Now, is it only for the adults? No, we have for kids also. A lot of activities. We do indulge in them into the paintings, games, and a lot of other stuff. Magic show, puppet show. There are a lot of other areas. Then there is a swings. So the kids spend a lot of time, and they really have it's 20 acres, a huge area. It's all lush green. So really, and it's safe. So the kids can't go out beyond a certain point. Now, what do we have in terms of the night stay? We have a nice 10 camp tents that we have pitched there. Now, we arrange for the night stay. You would see the bonfire happening. Okay. And we, if there are corporate events, we want to stay back. They want to indulge into. We do all arrangements. Even liquor is arranged. We do take the license for that day, and all the arrangements are made. You'll see a lot of lights behind. Can you see the lights behind? So the area is lit up. We have floodlights, plus the area is, we give a mood lighting also to the place. Now this is how the camp looks like. You can see a nice area earmarked, and this is how a typically Fauji camp also would look like. Okay, we have a Fauji style conference room also. It's a typical for all the army guys. We use the extendable tents, and we have a projector, we have whiteboard, and this area is earmarked. So we do tea, coffee arrangements, we do lunch arrangements as per whatever is required. So we had few corporates who came down for the leadership meet, 20, 30 people, and they spent 2 days there. And during the working days, as in Monday to Thursday, it's quite peaceful there. You'll see chirping of birds, you'll see, and we have an earmarked area. So, we don't allow the armed public to come in that area. Now, these are the luxury tents. There are 2 beds. They can be joined together. Okay, there's a sitting area. There are carpeted on the floor, and so then there's attached toilet along with it. Each room has a toilet attached with it. So with hot water, running water, there is a shower also. Okay, by the way. So it's a luxury. I mean, we don't get to see this luxury in army life, obviously. But we understand we are not getting army guys to be here. It's all civilians. Now, okay. Now the last question is, who is it meant for? Okay, who should be coming here? So, family day. You can conduct family day, annual day events. So ITA did their event for about 500 people. BT conducted event for their 500 odd families there. So we created a separate enclosure, separate food, very high-end food for them. We created a separate enclosure for special games for them as per whatever they wanted. Obviously, they had to pay for that. Then second is for the army-style social gathering. Okay, we had events where people wanted to celebrate their birthdays, 50 people, 100 people. So we created nice sitting area. I don't know if you noticed when the people who were sitting on the in the bonfire, the sitting area was made of the camouflage stools. Okay, and we used a lot of scrap. I don't know if you noticed. We try to use minimum of plastic with all environmental friendly tools, equipments, and all that. Okay, so army style of gathering can happen here. Even we got a request for a sagai. Okay, we want to convert a civic army kind of a style. Then corporate leadership, I spoke about. This is one of the leading corporate that they conducted their event there. Then the friends, families, they can come and spend the whole day. It's quite a fun-filled time together. And the good thing is the signals are limited, so you'll not be, worried about people bothering you. Then school and college, obviously, for them it's a huge learning. Schools, they love being here. The kids. Now I want to narrate an incident. Sometime back, one of the school who came down, and when they were leaving, I saw a couple of kids going to my Fauji ex-servicemen and asking for the autograph. Okay, and I overheard them talking, saying, हमारे असली हीरो तो यही होते हैं, वो सलमान खान नहीं होता है. And within 10 minutes, all the napkins, okay, they went inside the kitchen also. They got the newspaper cuttings and all that. They were taking their signatures. Okay. In one event, I saw. So when the students leave, we all line up and say thank you to them. So one student touched the feet of one of the Jawan. Okay, and then everybody started in a queue. They started, touching their feet. So that is what is learning for the schools. It's a huge learning. For next is sports events. We conducted cycling tours. We conducted the running. We conducted a 50 kilometers running event. We conducted. There was a request for a stargazing event. Okay. This area is much more cleaner and better than Delhi or Gurgaon. So we couldn't conduct because March was a nice time to conduct it, but we couldn't do it. So now I'm almost done with my presentation, guys. This is our coordinates. This is the website address, the contact number, and the email address. You can reach out to us. And last and not the least, okay, a tribute to our Jawans who fight and give their life fighting for all of us. Okay. With this, I think I finished my presentation. And I now open the forum for questions.
Major Sharma, thanks for this eye-opening for many. The lifestyle or what our great soldiers do while protecting our country.
Yeah.
In fact, I choose, along with discussing with Major Sharma, choose this topic because at this moment of time, we are all looking for a short duration day trip or overnight trip. Not looking for many inbound tourism at the moment. So try to convince our own people, student, young, corporate, businessman, family man, old also. I think in your campus, I think senior people will enjoy more than the kids, most probably. So thanks all the briefing, and I'm just telling my these participants that I had that experience to go and visit the place. And as Major Sharma said that you need to be a little fit. So we did cycling about 30 kilometers one way and 30 kilometers back, and we stayed. But importantly, it is not a day trip also. You can definitely go and have whole almost 1 night, 2 days completely. In the surroundings, you will find the paddy fields. You will see and go the village life. You can go for milking of buffaloes and cows, and fishing also. So there are many other activities outside the campus also. So you have a lot of times. And as Mrs. Sharma rightly said, that stargazing, and the galaxy you see the side, we don't see from Delhi or Gurgaon. So for the boys and girls, those who are interested, it is a beautiful place. And as Mr. Sharma said, that it is one of the kind in India at the moment. So Mr. Sharma, we will definitely be in touch, and I will open the other people to ask any question, all this thing. Mr. Sood wants to ask something. I think he's a culinary guy and he wants to ask something about maybe APCA. So please go on, anybody, and we will share the numbers, and if you have anything, we can definitely take forward.
Very beautiful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice. You have a very, I didn't know that you have just opened. You need publicize. Are you recognized by Ministry of Tourism, Government of India as adventure show or something? Adventure tour operator or something? No.
No, not yet, sir.
Not yet, Captain Sahab. I briefed him and I have shared some of the guidelines. So I think in the meantime, this February, March, all thing happens.
Oh,
so
sure.
definitely we'll put him under our recognition.
I think it's very important to do that. Very beautifully, good concept, very nice concept. You're good. Very beautiful concept. And I think what really required is these days, but I think what you need to publicize it. I will send you, send me an email. Sorry, your email, I couldn't get to, you're too fast. You remove the slide very quickly. So I couldn't write your email. So send me an email, that will be nice. I think Anil Saab can give you my email. And send me
Captain Sahab, it is delta105.com. Delta105. That is the site of him.
105.com. Okay.
Website.
Okay. Good. Super. Very nice. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your effort. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah. Actually, can you tell me what is the per family budget?
Secret.
So this year we still not open. We plan to open in October. 2nd October is the day when we plan to open this. Last year we were charging 1,300 per person for the adults and 700 for the kids. So that included meals and all that. Most activities are included except the paintball, because paintball is paid and that is separate. That's what we charge per person last year. But then, like for ITA, we did a separate arrangement. We did, the separate food for them. They gave us the menu. We earmarked areas separately. Those obviously rates would differ. But then I just wanted to convey that there is an opportunity to customize the event as per what you really want it to be.
And what does it include? Is it breakfast, lunch, dinner, or breakfast, lunch, or only breakfast, lunch?
So, sir, it is breakfast, lunch, and snacks.
Evening.
And it's quite a good spread during lunch and breakfast.
Very, very nice, good concept. Love it. Beautiful.
And Major sir, what about overnight stay, like in one tent? Like I know it is about 2 people can stay, double-bedded tents.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good question. So for a room plus the day picnic, we charge 4,000 rupees plus taxes, which includes the 3 meals, evening barbecue, night stay, and all the activities put together. So 4,000 rupees plus
Is per
taxes.
person or per couple?
Yes, for a couple, yeah.
Okay.
Very reasonable price. Great.
And just for a sec, I am just thinking one line, as you rightly said, that you were trying to get some other artilleries or something from the army if possible. As you know, like Madhya Pradesh, when Mr. Lohani was there, he had a railway coach and he made a restaurant. As well, you will see this. There are some of the old aircraft, or it's like not aircraft, but they put some restaurant inside. So if you happens to get something like tank or some other things, I think that could be a good restaurant for sec.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for any business, first year is the year of exploration. You try out new things, you fail into certain things work. And second year is when we really become a little more comfortable. The first year after the closing down in April, we would have worked on in this summers to get things done. But Corona has hijacked all plans for all businesses. So we all now wait for the good times. But for sure, there are a lot of plans, a lot of things. We're planning to open a Jawan Training Academy in this area. We have a lot of other places also. So let the civilians see how the Jawans are being trained. How much a person, a fit person, takes time to cover a 1,600 meters. So we're doing that. Let's hopefully. I'll probably, if any of you guys can help me in procuring any of these things, please do reach out to me.
What is the area acreage of the whole area now?
So the total area, we have about 40 acres.
40 acres.
40, yes. Out of which we have used 26 acres now, and we have 12 acres more left.
Any farming is done around surrounding area? Farming also?
Yeah. There are a lot of farming. You will find all the local crops of the Delhi, Gurgaon region in that area. I mean, you come any point of the year, you'll find the crop of that season there. And it is in our own camp also. So it's a good to, especially during summer, during the the mustard farming. I could see a lot of people getting to the mustard field and getting that DDLJ wala photograph.
Yeah.
And I will just come in, Major Sharma. Yeah, for all like he has also employed a lot of local youths, and I'm sharing my experience. There's a local village boy who's a musician. Like he's about, I think, 18-20 years old. He's a nice musician, beautiful. Like he's very expert. So there are some fun events are also there. So he plays in the open, like that a lot of tricks. So that sort of activities and kids enjoy, and even the adults enjoy. So
these local youth, when they came for the interview, they had long hairs. Their body language was very, very different. They were wearing different kind of clothes. Within 3 months, you couldn't believe that these are civilians. You probably feel that they're Fauji. So under the army Jawans, their haircut, they had a high cut, they had a daily morning PT, how to speak to people and how to walk and all that. They had a complete overall of their personality.
So anyone has a question? Like I think I see some of the chat box that people wants to talk to you later on, and there are some, your colleague Mr. Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel Naresh Kaushik is there. So it's very good.
Postmate from the army.
I really like it. I need your permission to leave. All the best. Dinesh, I'll be in touch base. You send you my email. And this is a WhatsApp number of yours, 82879.
Yes, sir. This is the WhatsApp number. And this also has our email ID. I have sent you my personal email ID.
I'll send you WhatsApp right away, and you send me some more information. I can share with my members. Absolutely no
Okay.
problem.
Captain, Major Sahab will be sharing recording of this, link of this recording.
Okay, all
So
right.
you may circulate among your members, ATO AI members,
Sure, sure.
so
No,
that, they can envelop this activity also in the, itinerary, which is suppose going to Alwar, Jaipur, or on the way, or while
definitely.
coming, maybe just, or maybe a day visit or so. So they can put it in that itinerary also later on.
Lovely.
Oh.
Thank you, sir. All the best. Good luck, Dinesh
Well,
ji.
sir, thank you so much. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, Mr. Ram.
Thank you.
Acha, Major Sahab, what I feel is, I'll just take opportunity. See, we have now, whatever your staff members are there, if they have passed 12th standard, 10+2, we have a course which is, especially, close by areas like, Delta 105, close by areas. If any particular spot is there where, you can train them. And, we have a Incredible India tourist facilitator program. So if they can register with us, on our website. So I think it's an online program, and that will be very interesting. And they will, earn something when any visitor want to have any particular information about a particular place close by area. They can always go, and or you can assign them. This is very important, basically. Just to generate more employment. This is a Ministry of Tourism's initiative.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Ram, for putting that. And I think it's all done. So Major Sahab, let's publicize, as Captain Sahab said. You need to be on the front, particularly to the tour operators and travel agents, so that it gets circulates, and we will have share this presentation and recording to all our people. Even I have invited some media. I think there are some media, so they will definitely put some stories on this. So thank you all the participants. We have a huge participants. I think more than 40 or 45. So it's good, and then I think we'll get some good response. Thank you, Major Sahab. All the best.
Thank you,
Take care and
everybody.
stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Major Sahab, for your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.